Even Jonathan, before he left, openly said they are in my cabinet. Look, this thing has been known to collapse nations from within. So there's nothing new about what is going on in Nigeria. My eyes are on the president of Nigeria. He needs to be careful. Yes. Listen to me. I have nothing against him personally, but I can tell you something that is very, very clear. He doesn't realize that there's a global problem that he's dealing with. In order to become the president of Nigeria, nobody can argue there were deals that went on. And in essence, what he did was that he, more than anybody else, realized that there are many factors to the Hydra. Apart from the Fulani, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP controlled, Ansar, Lakurawa and Co. And what he did was to play them against each other. It is no longer a secret anywhere in the world. People don't realize that the Mandela bombing in Niger State, the Catholic church that was bombed in Niger State, the fellow who headed it actually was in Lagos, in Snake Island. 2 days, 3 days, and then traveled to northern Nigeria to take his team to execute. What does that tell you? Now, when he got into police custody, he was arrested and he miraculously escaped. When he escaped miraculously, where was he rearrested? Where did he take up refuge? In the lodge of a serving high-placed government official from Borno State, who happens to now be who? The vice president of Nigeria. So what am I talking about here? Tinubu is one heartbeat away. He may think he has the guts to face these people, but I can tell you something, he has totally misread the size of the problem in which he has gone to double his hands. There's nothing I'm saying that cannot be substantiated, not only within Nigeria, but globally. Look, why do you think the federal government is trying to deny an evident truth? Why do you think they are going on like that? Because there's a plan. Listen, if this intervention had not come and the president was allowed to go through his 8 years, who would he hand over the country to? And does he think they are not wise enough to know that if they are able to eliminate him, into whose hand does the country go? Now, this is where the problem is. If the country goes into the hand of the Boko Haram, the Fulani will not be happy. Let me give you a good example, an open secret. If you remember very well, just after he came in, there were some kidnappings, some bombings, and then there was an outrageous demand for one impossible, I can't remember, was it 20 billion or something, impossible amount of money. When that demand was made, it was not really because they felt that kind of money will be paid. It was a direct message, a coded message to the presidency. Everybody is aware now that there was complicity in the times of former President Muhammad Buhari. Like I mentioned, Issa Pantami. Also, don't forget about that his interesting governor who turned against Buhari in the last minute. The worst governor Kaduna State has ever had. Look, let's not even go there. Go and look at his tweets in the earlier years. Go and look at his own open admission on television that he left Nigeria to neighboring countries with money to go and sponsor the terrorists who had come to kill in Nigerian territory. Why did they have that kind of confidence then? Was because they knew they had entered governance. Listen, we need to reformat this country. And there's an opportunity that has come right now that if we mismanage this opportunity, even God in heaven will look away.